This would be Monday, September 29th, the advanced class. We're going to be taking a look at haikus and gloves and lines and fun stuff like that. But first, since we know we have a kid that is home and dead, we will say hello to the dead kid. Hope she feels better. So we'll say hello, dead kid. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, dead kid!
There you go. Enjoy. Feel better.
Best watch this video.
In no way does it mean I care. Yes.
How do dead people have feelings?
I don't know. I'm not a zombie. Alright, so we have that. Turning stuff in from there to that to yay to the poetry handed out. The green one first. So now we can take a look at haikus. Alright, from there. Have you guys experienced haikus in the past?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Kind of figured you had, but I wanted to officially introduce them so that way we can talk about them and have more of a quiz coming up and have you guys write them. I'm a big fan of haikus because they're fun to write, and so we're going to do some work with haikus here in a little bit. But first, we're going to read the joyful little paragraph that's up there, that's also on here, so we can learn more about haikus. Rose, since your voice is now coming from the other side of the room mysteriously, would you like to read about haikus? It's also on the paper in front of you.
Somebody's at the door.
Haiku
Hang on. Somebody's at the door. Yes?
Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt. I was wondering when you guys are going to book fair.
Thursday.
Hi.
Thursday. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Alright, now you go for it.
Haiku is a 3-line poem of Japanese origin containing 17 syllables. There are 5 syllables in the first line, 7 syllables in the second line, and 5 syllables in the third line. Such a poem must communicate meaning through very few words, and should only have one idea or topic per haiku. The subject matter of a haiku is usually drawn from nature.
Nicely done. And we have some examples on there we're going to take a look at in just a moment. Basically, with the haikus, you have how many lines is it?
3.
How many total syllables?
17.
What should they be about?
Nature.
Right. And how many different things can you have in one haiku?
1.
That's the main stuff. So you're just writing a short poem about one thing and focusing from there. On there we have there's example ones on there about different ones up here. So you can go through, and if you don't remember how to count your syllables as you go through, there's different methods. You have clapping monkey method, where you clap as you go through every time you do the syllables. Little piggies are, and so each time you do it, you can clap as you do each one. You also have the jaw drop method. Every time the jaw drops, you would count it. Rolling around in the mud. And so every time your jaw comes down, you can count it that way. Just be careful. It's when your jaw comes down is a. Don't move your hand up at the same time because you're going to get like in the 20s. Rolling around in the mud, 15. And so it's not. It's just when your jaw comes down. And then eventually you can get to the point where you can just feel it. Be like, I hear the oinking. And so you'll do the same thing. It's up to you, whichever works best. Ike!
Well, this second poem on our page only has like 6 syllables in the second line.
Let's see.
All over my garden.
I know.
It only has 6.
You're correct, because that's where we're going to go through the moment and find ones that have mistakes in them. You just sort of looked ahead. It's okay. Way to ruin the game for everyone now.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, right? Learning. Pshaw. There we go. Then you have this one, broken and broken, again on the sea, the moon so easily mends. That's more of a real fancy haiku.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
What is,
on the sea, the moon.
any idea what that's talking about when it says broken and broken, again on the sea, the moon so easily mends? Elf?
Is it going through the moon phases?
It is not. You could try. Abby Q?
Oh, and it reflects off the ocean and the ocean waves.
Yeah, it's when you look out there and you have like the moon reflecting off the ocean, the waves come in and it breaks, and then like the wave goes out, it gets all flat, and it comes back together, and the new wave, like that. That one's like a real haiku, as opposed to the other not so real ones. Like this one, squirrels are in the trees. I can hear their chattering. I am dodging nuts. So you go through, squirrels are in the trees. I can hear their chattering. I am dodging nuts. And so those are all ones about nature. You have one idea, 5, 7, 5. Then we're going to take a look at ones that have issues. So let's see if you can figure out what the issue is with each of these. Rocks are really hard. They are used to hold down grass. Some are just brown. What are the problems we have here? Birds. You're right. There is a problem in there.
The last one's only 4 syllables.
Is correct. Some are just brown. That the fact that there's only 4 in that one. On here, back. The dogs are jumping. Look, the tree is over there. I just saw fish.
Oh.
So our issues with this one. Michaela,
There's 6 syllables in the second
look, a tree is over there.
one.
Over
Mine
two.
doesn't make.
Kyra,
It doesn't stick to one topic.
nicely done. It jumps around too much. And so you have to make sure that you stick with what's just one thing throughout the entire thing. Even though technically it's all different bits of nature, you still have to focus on just one. You've got rocks and trees and fish. It's like an ADD haiku, and haikus are not long enough to focus through ADD. And the last one, I said the last one, cell phones are so cool. I love texting all my friends. Read my words, people! Our issues on this one. Stuber,
It's not about nature.
nice about the fact that it's not about nature. But we're going to do some of those on our own from homework and stuff like that, because non-nature haiku are just fun, because you get to the point where you're strong enough just to make fun. Let's see. We miss the dead kid. She is no longer with us. Let's all cry. No. Let's cry together. See, a haiku about death. And so maybe something just like that. So we'll do stuff where even though it's not about nature, as long as you do the 5-7-5 and focus on one, we'll take the thing about focusing on nature and toss that one out at times. And so we're going to have you write haiku about certain things because it entertains me. Rose?
So are all 6 of them? All 6 of them make one big haiku, or each little one's a haiku?
Each little one's a haiku.
Well then, why wouldn't the last one be a haiku? Because it's not about nature.
Hang on, take your finger, put it on the paper. Did you see the paragraph you read?
Never mind.
Did you argue with it now?
Yeah.
That was a fun game. Okay. Elf?
It says it usually is drawn.
Correct. That's why they don't have to be. That's why we're going to do haikus about non-nature things. But no, you have to know how the rules are so that you can break them. So we have to know that they're supposed to be about nature. Like, I know what it's supposed to be, now I'm going to do my own thing. So that's the way it works. So once you know what you're supposed to do, then we can do our own thing. Like having lions eat people. Now to the purple sheet. Now that you've been properly trained on your haikus, we can move on from there. I know. It's hickalicious.
About today, Haiku.
The glove and the lions. We're going to take a look at this one. I know, it's like all... Wait, how many stanzas is this one, Keely?
4.
Oh, yes, it's not even our longest one yet, so there you go. So it's only a total of 4 stanzas. And for this one, it's going to require a bit more thinking as we go through it. So we're going to break it down and do it stanza by stanza and understand what goes into it and all those fun little bits. Chloe, I know you're mourning the dead kid, so we'll celebrate her death by having you read.
Okay.
Okay. In your best I love lions kind of voice.
Wait, I need to think about this.
I'm just guessing that.
Just talk in a super high voice and be like, I love it.
No.
But you have to do it out loud so we can hear you.
It's easy.
Wait, okay.
Now you're looking like you're mad. You're like,
Okay, lions are like big and roary, so. Big and roary! Francis was a hardy king and loved the royal sport book. And one day, the lions sat looking at the courtyard. The nobles filled the benches with the ladies in their pride. Wait, no, that was a ghost.
Wait, are you looking the lion from Bob Roarman?
And amongst them sat the county lord with one from whom he sighed, roar. And truly 'twas a gallant thing to see the crowning show, roar. Thou art the love and the king above, the
enjoyment of lions.
Oh, well, you told me to get my best lion.
That was
voice,
better.
so
It
there
was your
was.
best love a lion voice.
Best
That
love
was
of
the
lions.
best lion ever.
I thought you were
Should have talked like a lion. Should have talked
As
like
we go
a
through,
lion.
figure out where it's taking place, who the characters are, and what's going on. King Francis was a hardy king and loved a royal sport, and one day as his lions fought, sat looking on the court. The nobles filled the benches with the ladies in their pride, and mongst them sat the Count Dolores with one for whom he sighed. Truly 'twas a gallant thing to see the crowning show, valor and love and a king above, and the royal beasts below. I apologize, I meant to say roar. So, as we get into it, first off, where is our poem taking place? We'll figure out the setting-ish location. Hunter.
It's taking place like in the courtyard of like a castle.
Not
I'm
bad.
thinking.
Now, typically, anytime they didn't
And the Count Dolores.
count that. No, that's a person.
Oh.
Oh, I
Oh,
see it now. Like he ate the lions and now they're
Like I thought they
fighting.
sat like among the Count Dolores. Like that's where this.
Rose.
I think it takes place in one of those like arena things where they let out that lion.
Coliseums.
Yes, and then the little guy like whips the lion.
And there's a guy.
circus.
Hey, you're right.
So, the Colosseum is correct. So, as we are taking place in the Colosseum with all the stuff going on, we also introduce a number of characters. And who do we have as a character in the poem, at least so far? Rachel?
A lion.
A lion. Close to the next day, a character. She was a character. But in the poem, the lion is not a character. The lion is just running around. But a good try. What's your next guess?
King Francis.
King Francis, I would count. And he's the main person who's overlooking everything. He's the king. It's right there in his name. Abby Q?
Count Dolores.
You have Count Dolores, who a count is someone of royal, not quite the full royalty,
Like
but
Count Dooku.
high ranking, like Count
Dracula.
Dooku and Count Dracula. Good job. And
That's how you
Count
say his name,
Chocula.
right?
Good job. They're the people that are up there in the rankings of all the issues. But we have another character, not by name, but another character most definitely in there. Michaela.
Noble.
The nobles, which will be characters, and I wasn't thinking of that one, but that would work. And the nobles will definitely be represented in there. Elf, that would be part of the nobles, but you're on the right track. Vivico,
Count Dolores.
that was the one we were just talking about. That was a Count Dolores person. We're still the same person on that one. What's throwing you is where it says this part in line 4. Amongst them sat the Count Dolores with one for whom he sighed. What does that line mean when it says there's someone for whom he sighs? Abby Q.
Like maybe it's like a lady has like a crush on something,
There you
and
go.
then she doesn't like him the way he likes her.
This special someone. Well, we don't know if she likes him yet. All we know, at least he definitely has the crush on her, that whenever he looks at her, he does the whole and looks at her and has all the happy thoughts. So you have the king, we have the Count Dolores, and then we have the chick that he is doing the winky towards. Just the whole every time that he looks over there. It truly was a gallant thing to see that crowning show, valor and love, and the royal beast below. And that's what we're going to find out coming up. The royal beasts referring to lions. Now, in here, also, in this event, you have, this was their version of like the big fancy show that would be going on. And so you have everyone hanging out. This line, in 3, says, the nobles filled the benches with the ladies in their pride. It has a double meaning to it, because it's talking about all of these girls who show up for this big show. So what does that line mean when it says the ladies in their pride? What would be the first definition you could come with? Hunter?
The lady's like dressed up.
Nicely done. That they are looking all special, and that in their pride means that they make themselves try to look as pretty as possible, because you're going to try and find that dude to get his attention. And so you show up and you dress up, you're in the whole winky, finger point, and you're just trying to get all the dudes to check you out. But there's another meaning to it. Snail?
Well, I know that a group of lions is called a pride,
You are correct.
and so like
there's a reason why we're referring to the group of women as a pride in this case, because you have a whole bunch of women who are trying to attract a whole bunch of dudes' attention, and they're all trying to look really good. So how would those women act? Have you ever seen groups of women all trying to attract the attention of a small group of men at the same time?
Scary.
Yeah, and so it's the idea of the whole kind of thing going on, where you have all of the girls acting rather catty with each other because they're all trying to get the rich guy's attention, and so they're all dressing up. They're like, oh, you don't want to look at her. She's all, oh, look at this. Oh, I'm bringing it. And so they're like attacking each other back and forth. So you get that double meaning with the ladies in their pride, meaning both that they dressed up and the ladies in their pride, the whole rare kind of thing going on. Stanza number 2. I know you guys are celebrating the loss of the dead kid. Like, usually I just keep talking and trying to get me to charge you points. But we're awake in the morning. I'll get you. In stanza 2, the whole stanza is to get one idea across. It's 6 lines, 7 lines, 6 lines, just trying to make you understand one idea the whole way through. So as Raquel goes through and reads this one in her not best line voice, we're going to figure out what's the one idea it's trying to get across.
Okay. Rams ignored the lions with forward laughing jaws. They bit, they glared, gave blows like beams. A wind went with a cause. With wallowing.
Oh, Raquel, I get to pick on you again tomorrow. Bring it back. We're going to take a look. Wait, when is the homework due?
Tomorrow.
When is the quiz?
Friday.
No.
Wednesday.
Friday. Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. When are we going to the book fair?
Thursday.
Hey, when's your half day?
Friday.
When is the book report due?
Next week, Friday.
Next Wednesday.